It is very possible that half the people living today were once from Atlantis. The legend of Atlantis has a truly marvelous connection with Edgar Casey. Nearly 50% of the people for whom he gave readings had incarnations on the lost continent. From these readings, which were amazingly consistent with each other, came an incredible history, a portrait of a lost civilization not unlike our own. According to Edgar Casey's readings, many individuals' souls who had one or more incarnations on Atlantis are reincarnating on the Earth of this century, particularly in America, and the predictions he made are stunning indeed. Edgar Casey on Atlantis by Edgar Evans Casey under the editorship of Hugh Lynn Casey. In Love and Light, video and narration by an humble messenger of the Law of One, Robert. In Atlantean land, during those periods when there were the divisions between those of the Law of One and the sons of Belial, or the offspring of what was the pure race, and those who had projected themselves into creatures that became the sons of men, as the terminology would be, rather than the creatures of God. In Atlantean land, when there were the greater questionings between the sons of the Law of One and the sons of Belial, or between those that were purified by keeping of the pure strain and those that were projections by thought individuals or beings. Further on, the same reading defines the sons of Belial as those who sought the gratifying, the satisfying, the use of material things for self without thought or consideration as to the sources of such, nor the hardships in the experience of others. Or in other words, as we would term it today, they were those without a standard of morality. The sons of Belial had no standard save of self-aggrandizement. In opposite of the sons of Belial were the sons of the Law of One, those whose standard was that the soul was given by the Creator or entered from outside sources into the projections of the mental and spiritual self at the given periods. That was the standard of the Law of One, but was rejected by the sons of Belial. It sounds as if the spiritual beings who projected themselves into the earth life forms had created power themselves. Some misuse this creative power to reproduce grotesque life forms for their own purposes, interrupting the evolutionary pattern going on in the earth. This did not begin immediately. Several life readings refer to a period prior to this time. In Atlantean land, during those periods of early rise of sons of Belial, as oppositions that became more and more materialized as the powers were applied for self-aggrandizement. It was only after some became more interested than others in satisfying selfish appetites that a difference of opinion arose. For example, an individual life reading indicated that at that particular period, this person lost spiritual ground in bringing servitude to many through the aggrandizing of those things that pertain to the gratification of material things, material desires in the body. Another reading, 12 years later, gives additional details about the same period. In Atlantean land, during periods when there were activities that brought about questionings that arose between the two great forces, the period before the first destruction of the land, among children of the Law of One, who